What's going on, people? Welcome to Throwdown Your Questions, episode 237. I'm your host, Tony Polanco, and I'm joined by Emilio Lopez.
What's up, people? How's it going?
Chris Seeley.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
Carlos Romero.
Yo. By the way, I can't hear Tony. I just assume that it's my time to talk.
Yeah, you got it right, brother. Adam Vale.
Craigslist for life.
Brett Murdoch.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there.
All right. And joining us, we usually don't have guests on Throwing Out Questions, but this is E3 week, so we got our friend Mr. Robert Workman joining us again. Hello, Robert.
You're breathtaking.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was.
I wasn't talking to you, Tony. I was talking to the people. But hi.
I like to think that Robert just kind of crashed the party.
Yeah, I like to believe
Well,
that.
I was invited, but all right.
Well, yeah,
Sure.
he was invited, but it's cooler that way, you know? But yeah, Robert, how have you been since we last talked like 5 hours ago?
Yeah, I went through a couple more press conferences, I guess, if you could call it that. So, pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so for tonight, we're going to be doing mostly E3 questions, although we'll probably throw in some extra random ones. But if you're in the chat right now, feel free to ask us anything about E3. Today was a pretty big day. We had the Xbox conference, we had Bethesda, we even had Devolver Digital. So anything you want to ask us about that, please feel free to. We're going to limit you to 3 questions, not 2. So get an extra E3 question in there, man. Should be fun. Yeah, let's just get right into it. G Megaforce 123. His first question is: did Microsoft's press conference show Sony was right to skip E3? And this is what he has to say. We got 90 minutes of virtually nothing. All the major studios and first parties are neck deep in development of PS5 and Scarlett titles with nothing ready to show. We essentially got a giant advertisement for Game Pass with indie games. Elden Ring was really the only bombshell from that event. Everything else we saw was either we knew about or doesn't move the needle. Sony would have stood up there for an hour and showed us The Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima and what else? It's Call of Duty and FIFA. It doesn't make sense. Next year, they will blow us away. So, yeah, he disappointed by the conference. But what did you think? And, Robert, you could start us off. What did you think of the Xbox conference?
The Xbox conference overall?
Yes, overall.
Well, they showed off Battletoads gameplay, so I was happy. Well, I mean, you know, there was some stuff that kind of disappointed us. But, I mean, it did cover the bases in terms of what we wanted. You know, we got kind of a hint of what they're doing in terms of the next generation of things. You know, it provided a glimpse of what we wanted to see with some of the games with like Gears 5, Halo Infinite, Battletoads, Cyberpunk, you know, some of that stuff. I mean, some of the stuff was disappointing too. I mean, like they showed some sort of, I even forgot the name of it, Crossfire X, whatever the hell that is.
PC. It's big on PC. It's the same thing like when they brought over
650 million.
Yeah.
The hell?
Yeah,
I don't even know.
What?
650 people here that play it.
Right.
I don't. You know, but I'll tell you, any show that could bring out Keanu Reeves, you know, whatever. But
yeah,
it wasn't a great show, but it was a good show. You know, and like I said, they show Battletoads gameplay, so now I have to get a tattoo. And starting later this week, I'm going to talk to a tattoo guy. So.
Hey, we have a tattoo guy on our show, too, just in case. Wink, wink, right, Brett?
and he does remote VR tattooing on him, so that shit'll be dope.
Yeah, Adam, what's your
So
thoughts?
we're talking like a laser thing? Because I'm going to end up with something
camera
weird.
up, and then you have the equipment on your end, and then he guides it with his pad on his end.
All it's going to take is like one sneeze, and I'll end up with something that says...
Oh, with a pad? I thought he was going to operate it with a move.
Yeah.
No.
All right, yeah, just jump in, guys. Yeah, go ahead.
No, it was good. It showed us a lot. I mean, I don't understand. That's the thing. It all depends on your perspective and what people were looking for. They said they delivered what they said. They were like, we're going to show a bunch of games, whether they're exclusive or not. A lot of them were the first exclusives for the video itself running, like the whole Keanu Reeves thing and all that. You know, but it was fun. I wish they would have showed some gameplay for Gears 5. They didn't do that. They showed a little video about that new mode Escape, but there was no actual gameplay.
Isn't Gears 5 supposed to come out this year?
Yeah,
it's coming September
6th.
No,
Ultimate.
They didn't even announce the RTS. They didn't have. They like as if maybe it got canceled or pushed. But there was supposed to be a Gears RTS that was coming for PC, and I thought we were going to see some of that, and they didn't go into any of it. They just talked about the Funko, that mobile phone game. It was kind of cool that they announced about the PC Xbox Pass. It's $4.99, and if you have Gold and the Game Pass on Xbox, you get that free. If you get the Ultimate, so you don't have to pay extra. That's a cool feature because a lot of people were pissed. They're like, oh, then I'm gonna have to double dip on shit. No, you won't have to.
You Adam, what do you get? What do you get for free if you?
You get the Xbox Game Pass for PC. So you know how we have Game Pass and we have Xbox Live Gold,
Yeah.
right? So since we have that, we'll get Game Pass for free if we just do that package, the ultimate deal.
You get
Yes.
Game Pass for PC on free. That is
For free, yeah. The free, so you won't have to pay the $4.99 for that stuff on PC.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and it adds on. See, let's say you have a current membership, like mine was through December 2021. So if you paid the $1 to upgrade, that automatically adds Game Pass through the remainder of your membership.
So, yeah, that was a cool little thing right there. They mentioned they didn't go into detail about the Xbox anywhere. I was looking forward to that, especially with the new iOS 13 coming with the support for the controllers, and they said that they were going to have an app for Xbox on there so you could play your games. They didn't go into that, and I was looking forward to hearing more about it. We do know that they pointed everybody online to the direction for Nintendo for Tuesday. To like stay tuned for Nintendo's little event or showcase, and I'm sure they got some games they want to show off or maybe characters. But overall, it was good. I mean, we saw a lot. And then Exodus, I was really surprised. Metro Exodus on Game Pass today. That was, I missed those days. It used to be Ubisoft that did that. Oh, now it's available right now. Yay! And we got some of that. That was a nice little treat. Didn't have to wait. Yeah, overall, it was fine. They owned the day. That was it. They pretty much their news was all over social media. It's taking over all the game sites, and that was the plan. That's the whole reason why they picked Sunday way back before, just to get a jump on the whole event. And now they definitely have that lead when it comes to just talking about. Like, I was really surprised by Scarlett and how similar that sounds to PS5. With the whole SSD and all this stuff and the threading, and I'm like, oh shit! I'm like, and they're like, oh yeah, we got this custom AMD, and I'm like, yeah, PlayStation have which maybe it's not so custom. Maybe AMD is just ripping everybody off. Yo, we made something special for you. Yep. Whoops.
It was like, yo, let me copy your homework. We just changed some of the shit around, but they don't change nothing.
They just scrubbed the PlayStation logo off and put the Xbox on top of it. Ta-da!
I think I think it's a lot like the way what happened with the with the process from the PlayStation 4 to the processor for the Xbox. They used some of the tech that they developed for the for the what was it, what's the emotion engine? It wasn't the emotion engine. It was the whatever the PlayStation 3 one was, right?
Or cell processor.
They used some of that tech on the whatever the Xbox was using.
It was also cool that they didn't give us an actual release date, but they gave us the window. They said holiday 2020. So it's like, oh, okay. So now we know it's definitely for the holiday season. It's coming.
And there's a Gears of War.
And the Gears is coming September 20th. That's soon. That's in a few months. But that Scarlett's going to be launching with
Halo.
Yeah, it's launching with Halo. That's a big one right there. I need to see more about what the direction they're going with this Halo, but that might be a day one for me, just with that alone. And overall, it was all right. It wasn't spectacular. It wasn't like last time. Even when they announced Double Fine, and I'm like, okay, whatever. I'm not a big fan of those games, but what was it, that one that we played with Jack Black? That was fun.
Brutal
Legends. That was a fun game, but I was like, all right. But overall, it was a good show. It wasn't as crazy as last year's with all the big announcements, but he said he was going to bring a bunch of games, and he did. A lot of the games, multi-plat, and where the ones that were exclusive, not really my cup of tea. Besides Gears, and that's Gears, because even that other Wastelands, that's coming multi-plat, right? That's all. Yeah, that's not exclusive to them, even though it's by one of their studios.
Yeah, for me, like I didn't think it was as bad as some of the people on my timeline are saying, but. It was like a lot of CG trailers. You didn't really see a lot of gameplay, but there was some cool stuff in there. Yeah, we saw, Keanu Reeves. That was a really big surprise. What was funny about that, if you guys saw our live reactions, we were just talking about Johnny Mnemonic right before that happened.
Yeah. I like brought it up and everything, and it was like, yeah, he's Johnny Mnemonic and everything, and then like Keanu Reeves showed up, like, oh my god, I'm putting on my Karnak hat. It's amazing.
Yeah, so that was cool. Battletoads obviously was pretty cool. Okay. Yeah, Fantasy Star Online 2. I wish it was Fantasy Star 5, but what can you do? The new Tales game looks really cool. I'm really interested in that because they usually, especially last generation, you got a Tales of game every single year, and you notice I haven't dropped one in about 3 years, right? So that's because they're working on a new engine, which is Unreal, which is good. So it looks pretty cool. What else did I like?
Fantasy Star Online 2.
And Fantasy Star Online 2. But again, I want Fantasy Star 5. That's what I want.
Oh, but they dropped the ball on one thing with Keanu Reeves. When he started talking about when he first got to see Cyberpunk, he should have just went, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
he
whoa.
did it.
Yeah, he should have.
He didn't do it. He was like, I was surprised.
He did your breathtaking thing, though. That was awesome.
Yeah. I was like,
come on.
This is your window. This is it.
Dude, he didn't have to do that. He's Keanu. Whatever he does is awesome. Come on.
He was fun. It was fun.
As long as he says guns, more guns in the.
Oh, wait, you mean lots of guns?
Yeah, guns, lots of guns.
Yeah, and what else?
He's so good at shooting guns in real life. You seen those videos of him shooting?
No, I haven't seen it.
Holy shit!
Training for John Wick.
He knows how to use all those.
This is in John Wick 3. Yeah, he doesn't need
reload.
I heard they showed Ori 2.
Yeah, they did.
Yes,
that
they
looked
did.
really
They
good.
did.
A lot of bosses in that game.
Yeah,
you know,
bosses, man.
I want to bring up one thing here real quick. I know some people on YouTube were shitting on the Battletoads trailer because they didn't like the new art style.
Yeah.
But I mean, what's wrong with the new art style? I like the direction they're taking it in, making it look like something popping out of a 90s cartoon. I like the approach they're taking. And the 3D jet bike stage, they're actually, making it look like a jet bike stage you can actually beat.
Yeah.
Because, give me a break. People were bitching because you couldn't beat the 80s jet bike stage. Now you can actually stand a chance with it, okay? These YouTube people just need to shut up for 5 minutes and enjoy what they're being given.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, but I think other than that, I think that was pretty much it for me.
So wait, what's the problem with Battletoads?
The problem.
Well, they said the art style.
They said the art
didn't
style.
like
Yeah.
It's an
the,
anime art style.
I think they're wrong on that, but I understand how some people can't be persuaded. But I do want to talk about so does it seem easier? Is that
No,
what some people are?
no, they're not complaining
No.
about that. They're purely complaining about the art style. They said,
Yeah.
yeah. They said it looks like a mobile game. Yeah.
Even though it has really smooth animation on
But people
it,
don't understand that. Just like Streets
they
of Rage.
animated
Remember
it all,
when
man.
Streets of Rage 4 got announced? Like, oh, it looks like a cheap mobile game.
Oh yeah.
people aren't happy with anything. Well, a lot of people.
It's always gonna
can't
bitch.
please everybody, man.
Exactly.
Some people don't like change,
Man. But I like Battletoads. Give me that shit.
Look, as long as it's hard.
Yeah,
That's all I want. As long as I want a Cuphead type Battletoads game.
You could probably turn up the difficulty and get the fuck kicked out of you. I'm sure you'll be fine.
Brett, since you were talking, what did you think about the Microsoft conference?
I'll be honest, I've been busy all day. I didn't see it.
Oh no! All right, so you just absorb our knowledge then.
Yeah. I mean, this is essentially like when you sit in class, about to give a book report on a book you haven't read. You're like, I really thought the author spun a good subplot. I really liked the supporting characters, and I really felt there was a good narrative message.
And
it really turned into the third act.
Oh, Adam, you sound like a robot, bro. Yeah,
Cyberpunk. He sounds like
he's
a cyberpunk.
So Adam, I guess just dip out and come back in. Chris, Microsoft. Go.
Deputy.
Yeah. So I liked what I saw at Cyberpunk, but I don't know if I'm hyped for that game yet. Like, I liked it a little more than I did before. Battletoads look cool. Gears, I'm lukewarm on, but I was kind of excited for Halo Infinite, but that's a long way off.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny. Like the also because we had all those leaks beforehand. Literally the bundle for Cyberpunk. But actually, the standard edition for Cyberpunk actually got leaked, and apparently you get a lot of shit off of that one.
Well, they
give you.
It's pretty generous.
Oh yeah, one they actually give you a guidebook to play Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I mean,
you play for the tabletop game.
With Witcher 3, they gave a lot of stuff, and I just bought the standard edition. So I expect, they're pretty generous with what they put in the pack. Most games don't come with anything. You're lucky if the game comes with a game.
That's right.
Yeah, they'll give you a card with a.
They'll give you a card. Yeah, so that would be nice. I'm trying to think what else. A lot of stuff came with Game Pass, which is interesting, and they rolled that Ultimate with Gold. So I was always saying, like, why, if you have Xbox Live Gold, why can't you get Game Pass with it or whatever? So I guess Game Pass Ultimate's just going to be the new Gold, because it's kind of, I guess it's kind of worth it. They had a lot of games launching with it, so that's pretty interesting.
All right, Manny, go ahead.
I mean, I agree with you, with you and everybody. Like the show was decent. It wasn't a bad show. I mean, I wouldn't say like, as Torrance would say, there wasn't any sort of megatons, but there were those. It's like, okay, that's good. That's good. I mean, I feel like there was a little bit of lulls inside of it, but I thought it hit the. Microsoft in general usually has decent shows. Like they don't. I've never come out of any of them saying, "Oh my God, this is the worst thing ever." These people have no idea what they're doing. It seemed fine, and to be honest, it felt like like an extended version of what was going on last year. Where they did, they showed the stuff that you wanted to see. They showed you some other things. They showed you all the exclusive. They introduced something, and then they talked about the new console at the end, right?
A little bit of that.
That was my only disappointment with it, where it's like they literally did the same bullshit sizzle reel sort of thing as they did the last time.
Yeah, for Xbox
like where
One X.
You just had a bunch of people sitting there like, this is the best idea ever. We decided we were gonna do it. It's like, oh, come on, this is not an infomercial. We don't need to have testimonies from a bunch of developers in the industry who are probably getting a bit of money to sit there and talk in front of a screen.
No compromises. No compromises. No
yeah, exactly.
Compromises.
Don't even try to pull that one. Just tell us what the damn thing does. Show us what the thing does. Don't go around, having a bunch of people who are already in the company saying that how amazingly advanced this thing is. It doesn't make any sense to me.
It's technology. Wow.
Yeah, it's technology. So what does it do?
It's technology.
It technologies.
The future.
Again, I'm not a super techie guy. I know enough, but the thing is, at the same time, it's like, don't throw a bunch of buzzwords at me. Show me what this thing does. Don't friggin' tell me.
Well, it's called hype. It's what it does.
The biggest thing. What is it? What do they call it? It's in the movie industry. It's always called show, don't tell.
Mm-hmm. But it's called a selling point. They always do this. Like when they go to shows, they always do this. They always have a selling point before they show you something. They build it up for future shows. That's how they do it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and Carlos, did you ever get around to seeing it?
No, I was in the middle of a fucking show during the whole thing. So during the intermission, I got on the Discord when you guys were talking, and it just so happened to be the Keanu Reeves reveal.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh shit! And as I was like listening to you guys, and I was watching it, freaking the show started again. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. By the way, I want to issue a quick public apology to Weapon X. I forgot I'm supposed to invite him to the show, so he's here right now. What's going on, Weapon? Oh, we can't hear you, brother.
Oh, good thing it was.
So who snuck into the fucking show, man? No, we still can't hear you, man. He's having hip hop gamer problems, man.
Wasn't David supposed to join us too from our podcast?
He said he couldn't do it.
Bummer.
Which kind of stinks. Oh yeah, we still can't hear you. So while you're trying to fix that, I want to say hello to Brian, who showed up. What's going on, Brian?
Namaste.
Yeah. What'd you think of the Microsoft conference? Did you get to see it?
Nope, didn't watch it. Don't care.
Oh damn! All right, because I know Reggie wants to go off, but he's trying to fix his microphone issues. Now we'll get back to him on that. All right, let's move on to the next question here. Glorious War, who's joining us in the chat. Right, actually, before that, I want to give a shout out to a Syrian Air Force who is a fan of Throwdown, who he doesn't get to watch us live often, but he's joining us tonight. He's very happy about that. So, welcome, sir. Which is pretty cool.
Thanks for joining us live.
All right, next question. Glorious War. How did Sony show more gameplay with the Death Stranding gameplay trailer than by Xbox's entire first-party lineup at their E3 press conference? No Gears 5 campaign gameplay and no Halo. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna go that far, but obviously, we didn't get to see Halo, we didn't get to see Gears. We saw these CG things, and that's about it. Oh, your weapon is that you, son? See some. Reggie, man, you having some issues. You're supposed to be a tech guy. You can't fix your shit, bro. Anyway, let's start. Actually, just go. Actually, weapon. I think you're fucking up the audio there, bro. Just mute yourself for now. Yeah. So, Robert, what do you think about the fact that they showed so many CG trailers, man? That was like the biggest disappointment for me.
Yeah, I mean, when they show the gameplay, like, I think that's why I was mostly impressed by stuff like Battletoads, because that actually looked like, when, the characters weren't jumping onto the screen, all that crap. But when they actually showed the gameplay, I think that's what I was really digging the most. That's why I made the little promise that I did to get the tattoo, because when they showed the gameplay. But yeah, the CG thing, they always do that as a selling point thing. But, I mean, it's again part of what E3 is about, to intrigue you about what's going to be shown later. Because they said, with Gears, they're doing a big showcase thing at Gamescom instead of PAX for some reason. I don't get that. I don't know, but I mean, they're trying to save something big for later down the road.
The crazy thing is they released a 15-minute live demo of Gears 5 right after the conference. I'm like, you couldn't show 2 minutes of that in the freaking
but you know how it works. Even Nintendo's going to do. They're going to have their little Nintendo Directing, and then they're going to have 3 days of the Treehouse Live thing where they're going to have more reveals stacked on top to keep the people intrigued after the main showcase. Yeah, it's how they do it with the E3 thing. I mean, it's just part of that hook to keep people involved. Yeah, for those that can't make it to the show, it's the way that E3 works.
Yeah, what about the rest of you guys? What do you think about the overabundance of CG trailers?
It was a little bit. I tend to sort of tune it out.
That's not Microsoft's fault either.
Yeah, it's not.
It's whatever the developers of these games are putting together and submitting. It's like, oh, you got any gameplay? No, but we got this shit.
Yeah, but again, they said they had a bunch of Gears stuff, and they didn't even show it on there. I'm sure people would have been excited to see that.
What was weird? Why did they bother panning to the understage to show those 3 guys? They're like, oh, these 3 guys are going to play the escape mode, right?
Oh, the wrestlers.
We didn't see
AJ Styles and Tyler Breeze and Jaber Woods, and then let's cut away.
I thought that's like, oh, they're going to show us. No,
yeah, that's the shit I'm talking about. They did show that later on,
to hook you later on after the show.
Yeah.
They're like a bunch
Come back later.
They're like, we've gone underneath the stage to talk to some wrestlers straight from Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, no, they're back. That was a fucking crazy show.
Yeah, I don't know. So it's funny because I remember people were complaining about too many CG trailers a couple of years ago, and then we kind of started seeing them go down a bit, but now it seems like they're back in force. Kind of odd. But
when they tried to do the live gameplay thing, maybe there's a little bit of a risk. I mean, we saw what happened when they tried to play Doom Eternal on that little handheld thing. I mean, some of the footage was pretty nice, but we also saw it choke up a little bit.
Yeah, I guess maybe they're trying to prevent that, but at the same time, it's like, come on, guys. Especially nowadays with streaming and everything, people want to see actual gameplay now. You know?
That's the idea. So you can't just do a pre-gameplay thing, record that, and show that.
I think, and also I feel like the trailer, CG trailers often really work for when they're going to be doing a first initial announcement, right?
Yeah.
Hey, this game is coming. We've got a fun CG trailer of some cool stuff happening.
But then again, these were first time world premieres, so maybe that's.
No, I mean we knew this new Gears was coming, right?
Yeah. Hold, let me see. Hey, Reggie, say something now. I still can't hear him. He's having some issues tonight, man.
That's sounds like a subscription.
Yeah, it's weird because I can hear his keyboard, right? But I can't hear him.
Maybe his microphone's.
Are you sure that's him? His keyboard?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's interesting. All right, anything else you guys want to say about the CG trailers? All right, I'm taking those.
I think, like everyone said, it's just easier to just show that off.
Yeah,
it's stable, and it's like, hey, it's pretty.
Well, it's that part of the cycle. I mean, everybody remembers fucking Puddlegate. If you show a lot of gameplay and anything changes about it, you kind of put yourself under the microscope. By showing a CGI trailer, you're giving people the idea of what you're going for. You're giving people the idea of the game. You're getting them hyped without actually committing to anything. And that's always, like we said, that's always what they do. These games aren't, they're early in their development. Contextually speaking, they're fairly early in the development. We're getting some of the first glimpses of them, and the first glimpses are always CGI. Even if they have the demo out, I think it's just because it's dangerous to release gameplay. Even though that's what we want, it opens the door for criticism. It's a pussy move, but honestly, this is what I expect when if this game is not going to be released before next E3, this is exactly the type of coverage I expect to see. Some CGI, some hype, then nothing. And then as we get closer, next E3, we'll get a little bit of video, a little bit of gameplay, and then they'll release the game.
Brett, what about Gears of War that literally drops in 3 months?
I don't understand why. I think that's why they did the demo.
Yeah.
That one is a weird decision in my part.
Well, they said, and this is for you, Brett, they said that they're doing this huge special event later on in the summer just dedicated to Gears. That's one of the things that he pointed out. And he even said, he was like, yeah, now you want to know what we're doing for this show, what to show off. Well, we'll show you this mode. But it was just that video. It wasn't even gameplay of the mode. But he said they're doing that huge special just dedicated. And I'm sure they're going to do a bunch of specials for it because that's their bread and butter between that and Halo.
Yeah. Yeah, with Halo, I understand it's like that game, who knows? Well, no, they said it's going to launch with the Scarlett next year. So the CG for that is kind of understandable. Gears was a little bit weird, though, Now,
is the Scarlett going to be red?
Probably not. It's just a code name. But you're right. It should have been codename Jade or something,
It's just, I'm wondering. They're going to keep with the red or the green and black, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but you're right. It's like, if it's green and black, why you Scarlet? Why not Jade? Why not Emerald? Like, come on.
And none of that, it'll probably have a Halo special edition that launches. So
yeah, that's just a question artist people say. It's like, what about this color scheme? Scarlet? What the fuck?
Yeah, of course. The artists are like, wait a minute, that's not right.
Yeah, Brett, that passed by my head too. I was like, wait a minute, why not call it Jade or fucking Emerald or something green? Anyway,
for a minute there, I was like, dude, a red Xbox.
Because
it's named after the
red box
developer, Scarlett.
Then we get all the jokes about like it ain't easy being green. And Kermit the Frog would be sitting there drinking Lipton tea because no, we can't have that.
Yeah, why not? I want that. Damn it!
But you do.
So here's my question: have we actually seen any? Because we didn't see any gameplay of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, we did. We saw
a little bit. Yeah,
a little bit. We saw more last time.
Yeah, they showed it right after the Keanu thing. I didn't know if you were passed out after that or not.
Yeah.
No, he didn't see it. He didn't see it.
I watched the thing.
They showed a little bit. They showed a little bit.
They showed a little bit of it.
Yeah, I'm watching this shit as we're talking about it. Since I'm generally the first to talk, so I can actually at least kind of know what I'm talking about. They did like a 45-minute demo of Cyberpunk. Like, they have a good chunk of gameplay, but I don't think we've really seen a whole lot of gameplay yet, have we?
Well, no, last year they did they did a long play of some
he's the one. That's what he's talking about. But right after that, not really. Like, we saw a little bit of it at the end of this trailer, but that's about it. And that game's coming in April 16, 2020.
Yeah, that's a 2020.
So I mean, it's a year off. So I guess they still have room. This is one of those games. It's starting to concern me a little bit because I've seen a lot of hype, a lot of CG, a lot of the. I don't even know if I call that gameplay. I guess it was just a very directed, structured kind of walkthrough demo, and I never trust those things. So I feel like for the most part, I'm getting a lot of hype, but not a lot of information about Cyberpunk. It's making me nervous.
What makes me nervous is that they said there's going to be the multi-gen version. They're going to have for both, for the newer consoles and the old ones. So everything that we're seeing now is most likely going to be just for the newer ones, right? So what's the current gen version going to look like?
It's a good question.
We're going to be in one of those limbos where it's like, oh, this doesn't look anything like it. Well, we were never showing that version. We were showing the new one.
It's like, that also limits the mechanics of the newer version to be able to run. Like, you can't. That's just always a bad thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. We're going to see a lot of those games. A lot of those.
Yeah, Reggie, we still can't hear you, bro.
Does Brian Manjoma have a rebuttal for this? I'm just curious.
Uh-oh.
It's Cyberpunk. I have faith in these guys. I have faith that they won't disappoint. So that's all I can say.
No, man, they even made Gwen a good game. Come on.
I mean, here's the other question. What you just said. You said with the development team. most of the times when it's this type of situation where there's a new one for one gen and then for the previous gen, it's a different team that does the current gen ones. So they might not see the same result.
Brian, I know you're not disappointed or you're not upset, and I know I'm going to pick this game up because I like Cyberpunk stuff. My question to you would be: will this be the fourth game that I buy from CD Projekt Red and don't enjoy?
What were the first three?
The first three Witchers.
I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Like, I've literally bought all of their games, given them all a good shot, 20 hours in, and still went, I'm not feeling this. I tried all three Witchers, Brian. I did. I tried so hard.
Well, you give them a go. That's more than most people did. You know, you actually have played them and have an opinion on them, so that's more than most people do.
They're fun games. I enjoyed them. They're just so long.
They're just not for me. The tone and the pacing just doesn't key with me. But I love the developer so much that I keep wanting to buy games from them.
It's interesting. Like, you don't like their games, but you like the developer. But it makes sense, I guess.
I should like Witcher. I should, with all the minutia and the quiet time and the planning and all. It should hit just about everything for me. It just doesn't. I don't get why.
Yeah. All right. I want to move on to the next question here. Are you guys? Yeah. Are you guys worried about Xbox Game Pass fodder? He goes, it seems like Xbox is only focused on AA games and multiplayer games. No new AAAs in sight.
We just talked about it with the Exodus Metro, and that dropped today. And that's a AAA.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah, I mean, Gears does count, doesn't it?
Yeah, and Gears counts, and Gears is going to be a launch. And they even said that's also going to be on the PC version.
So whoever gets a new Halo.
Yeah, I want to know what he means by Game Pass fodder, though.
I don't know.
Well, but I mean, they are releasing AAA games, but Game Pass, they might relegate.
I think he's talking about our indie games going to be relegated to that and not make any money from them, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It's going to have a little bit of everything, and that's what they've been showing. It's a little bit of everything. You got some indies, you got some mid-tier games, and then you got the AAAs.
I mean, how much is Game Pass?
It's a $9.99.
Okay. Yeah, or you could bundle it in with that Ultimate Game Pass thing for $15.
Yeah.
So, I understand that people want new AAA games, but do you really think that you're going to get it for a $10 a month subscription service? And if you did, that would be an amazing. I'll be honest, Microsoft has gone above and beyond with releasing some of their, high-end new games on their streaming service or on Game Pass or something like that, and that's great. But you can't really expect all their AAA games to just drop on Game Pass immediately. And that's just.
Well, they've been doing it so far. They've released with CFDs, Forza Horizon 4, sorry, and they're going to do it with stuff like Battletoads, Gears 5. Crackdown 3 dropped on there, even though I think 5 people played it. I don't know.
Hey, that was a good game, man.
It was a good game, but I'm just saying 5 people played it.
But are we at the point where we're complaining where we're not getting enough free new AAA games?
No, we're not complaining.
Well, we're not complaining. That one person complaining. Yeah, I'm happy.
Understanding his question correctly.
I'm downloading Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Shadow Warrior 2 on it right now.
He says Game Pass fodder is a meme. Well, I'm unaware of this meme, sir. I don't know.
Yeah, he probably has PlayStation Now, and he's probably enjoying it, that one guy.
Oh, man. All right, let's try this again. Reggie, can we hear you now? Damn it.
Oh, man.
Reggie, we
tap once for yes, twice for no.
Yeah, Google does not like you tonight, man. But yeah, I think you guys made a good point. It's like Xbox Game Pass gets you a lot of different games, like whether it's small or big, was it Rise of the Tomb Raider you said, Robert, or Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
Oh yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider and Shadow Warrior 2.
Yeah,
Metro
Exodus.
There were a ton of titles that dropped today. But
Metro Exodus is another one.
Astroneer. There are a ton of games that dropped today, like Batman: Arkham Knight's there. There are a ton.
Just Cause 4, which came out not too long ago. That's
it's on there. There are a ton of games here. I'll take a look at today.
Yeah, so there you go.
Get your money's worth with that service. And if they get to launch it on all these other devices, like what they were talking about, the tablets and stuff.
Yeah, here, I'm taking a look at it. Arkham Knight, Metro Exodus, Hollow Knight, and Borderlands Handsome Collection.
That's a lot of big games.
Borderlands 2 DLC dropped today, that new free expansion to tie in with the the new Borderlands 3. So.
Yeah.
Isn't Tomb Raider on it? The latest Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Yeah, Shadow Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
I'm downloading right now. Yeah.
By the way, Robert.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we
There
can.
we
Oh
go.
my God,
Hey,
Reggie.
there he is.
Oh, God damn it, I can't hear you.
Who is calling me?
No, Robert. He wanted to say that he does not have Game Pass because he lives in Australia. You know, the guy you were just talking.
Well, okay. I wasn't insulting him or nothing.
Yeah. Anyway, so Reggie, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I had to stream on my phone. I don't know what's going on with my laptop.
That happens sometimes. But before we go to the next question, why don't you give us your thoughts on the Xbox conference, bro?
Well, I'm going back through it right now, just critiquing it. Overall, I thought it was solid. I thought the opening could have been much stronger. I thought they could have opened with a bigger game. Maybe put Cyberpunk 2020 there, since that was people's most anticipated game. But I mean, overall, I thought it was solid. I've been looking at some of the tweets and stuff online, on Twitter, what people had to say about the conference. I mean, I didn't think it was a bad conference. Some people want to say, well, did they play it safe? I mean, I don't know. That's people's opinion, but I mean, hey, overall, I thought it was a pretty solid show.
Cool. All right. We could move on now to Bob Ross's pubic fro band. He also asked us about the Xbox conference, but I think we covered that pretty well. So we'll move on to his next one. But this is also about a game that was shown. What are your thoughts on Bleeding Edge? Well, you tried out Bleeding Edge, is a new game by Ninja Theory that got leaked a couple of days ago. I think if that game, we have a question kind of related to this. If that game was not leaked like that, I think it would have been a surprise, but it wasn't. It was literally the same trailer that we showed, even though obviously they're not going to show anything different at this point.
It reminded me of Battleborn.
To me, it reminded me of Anarchy Reigns from Platinum Games. If you guys remember, that was an online brawling game, and this is an online brawling game. My only thing is, and I'm glad I can finally talk about this, is because I love Ninja Theory. You guys know that. I think we were asked a question about it a while ago. It's like, who to you is the perfect game developer? Like, Ninja Theory is, because every single game that they put out, I fucking loved. I don't think I'm gonna love this one. I'm just being real. I'm like, a fucking 4 versus 4 online brawling game. I mean, don't get me. I'll try it because it's Ninja Theory. I owe them that, but I am not interested in this shit, man. Like, this is not what I want from this. It's like me with Anthem. I'm like, that's not the game I want to see from this company. Yeah,
it doesn't look like a bad game. It's just not my type.
Yeah, not my thing. I don't care about that. I mean, if I hope, I will say this. I hope the game does well, right? So they can make more games that I like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hope this game does so fucking well for them that they could, bankroll other types of games.
Did you hear what they said after that? That
What'd
they
they say?
have like 2 or 3 more games that are going to be announced for this year that are coming out.
Interesting.
So
Damn,
that's
it's going
going
hard.
HD, please. Enslave HD.
Yeah, because they said this one's been in development since like 2014 or something like that. So they're like, there's been a team that's just been working on this. So this is not the only thing that they have. So there's plenty of other things coming. They said the other ones should be more within their realm of what people are accustomed to. So
I'm glad you bring this up, because one of the things that's going around on the internet right now is people saying, "Oh, Microsoft forced them to make this kind of games." Like, no, the game was already in development
for years.
So yeah, but yeah, go ahead, man.
Well, Tony, what do you think if it turns out to be a modern day Power Stone?
I mean, that would be interesting.
It didn't look that way.
But it didn't look like that. It looked like Anarchy Reigns. That's what it looked like.
I'm just saying, just keep open mind about it.
Oh, I am open minded. I'm just saying initially, I don't know about this.
I feel you on that. I feel you.
It feels like Power Stone mixed with Anarchy Reigns, mixed with
Force multiplayer, because they
like a bunch of ex-girlfriends that got modified with robot parts. I don't know.
Brett, go ahead, man. Mr. Murdoch. I think he muted himself.
Yeah.
Oh, well. What else do you guys think about Bleeding Edge? Manny, let me go to you, because you're a fan of Ninja Theory like me.
I mean, I feel this sort of same way. It's not it has my eyebrow raised because it is them, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure I'm too keen on that sort of game style. You know what I mean? Like not the style of the game, but just the what they're kind of going for with this one. But we'll see what happens. I mean, the character designs looked fun. It kind of looked. I think Kristen during the stream said it looked a little like Rage,
A little bit.
like neon and stuff.
Well, yeah, the neon colors and the art style and the type of weapons just reminded me of Rage, except it's 4-on-4 combat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, they we'll see if they have anything.
Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead.
Quick side note here, guys. I know it's kind of off topic, but they just announced release date for Final Fantasy VII Remake, March 2020.
Oh,
and they're going to have more details during the press conference tomorrow night.
Nice.
No,
March
Well,
3rd,
you wanted it now, Adam?
Yeah, man, come on.
No,
Available worldwide,
Adam.
March 3rd, 2020.
All right.
Adam, believe it or not, believe it or not, that was always going to be the date.
Damn. Think of all the games that we're going to be playing during that time. No one's going to care.
Well, think about it. No one's going to care if it drops in.
It's going to sell like crazy.
No, March.
Cyberpunk is already going to be out.
Yeah. Well, Adam, to be fair, though, it's coming out early 2020, not the end of 2020 with the new consoles. So it's still going to be old consoles,
And it's going to sell like hotcakes, though. Watch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to blow up. Brett, can you speak now, man? I think we're having some issues tonight on Throwdown, man.
Yeah, no, it was kind of. I was getting this weird error message where
I've been noticing
that I wasn't allowed to get in the group.
Yeah, something's going on tonight. Probably some Google shit, just like last time,
Yeah,
but they don't support it anymore.
Stadia.
Don't worry, be solid.
Right?
Well, that's the other thing we didn't really talk about. The fact that Microsoft brought that up about confirming the whole X Cloud, and this is what they're going to be doing, and it's like, and that all your games will carry over, and that your console becomes a server. So as long as it's online, then you could always connect to it, and you'll be playing the games from your machine. All that makes more sense. I mean, I just can't see how anyone would jump on Stadia when you pay $60 for a game that's just in the cloud. You don't even have a digital copy.
It sounds exactly like remote play. That's exactly what remote play does.
Yeah,
your console is a server.
Yeah.
Whatever thing you're on.
Yeah, but that's for those. And then if let's say you don't own the game, if you're doing a Game Pass or thing, then you can still do the streaming from the other end. So it's going to be from two ends. I wonder if it's just going to be one app that handles both of it, or you're going to have to do two different apps. But if you own the game, then it'll stream from your console. And if you don't own the game, if it's something that you just click and you want to stream on, then you can just use the cloud, and then it'll pump it through there.
Should be interesting.
Yeah.
Well, before the Microsoft press conference today, Phil Spencer, him and Major Nelson, they had an impromptu interview, and Phil Spencer, he broke down exactly how it works, and but he didn't want to go into a whole lot of detail about it, but he gave it was pretty I don't want to use self-explanatory because it's really not, because there's so much more than that, but the way that I always thought in my mind that it was going to work was the way that he explained it. And there are also two other articles that are published somewhere on the internet. I think it's like on the Microsoft sites where they explain it too. So I don't want to recite them verbatim, word for word, because I don't remember the whole article.
I'm sure they're gonna get it done right.
Yeah, from what they tested, it worked pretty good. I know he was saying that they're trying to set up more data centers right now in Africa, and they was doing something with, they were in like some taxi cab, right? And they had like a little, sometimes the cars, they have like the little Wi-Fi things on them, whatever. Well, over there, I guess they have like the same thing. So he just wanted to see if he could stream a game from where he was at in Africa from the data center that was somewhere located in Washington. And he said, now, not that anybody would play it, but he said a frame came up of Crackdown. So it just shows you like the glimmer of hope and the outreach that they could get once they get it working right and they get their infrastructure set up. At least over there. I think here in the state side, it'll work pretty good, because I think the one thing between xCloud and Stadia, I think what Google is doing, it could work, but I think it's not, and Chris could correct me on this, but from my initial impressions of it, it's not necessarily practical, because they make it seem like they want it like okay, this is the thing you're going to be playing on, right? That you don't need a console. And they're not thinking about it like a supplement. They're thinking about it as the main course. Whereas Microsoft, they're saying, okay, this is not a domain. This is not how we, this is not a main option for you, but it's a supplement to the console, so you can game wherever you want in gaming. That's more realistic.
Did that Final Fantasy news just drop during a concert? Is that what happened?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
Wow. Like yesterday, there was a concert, and the Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC news dropped then, and then tonight they did the Final Fantasy news.
Oh wow, that's nuts. All right, next question. Okay, were there any leaks that you wish were not leaked, so you would have been surprised?
Probably the Ninja Theory news.
Yeah, I think that's the one.
Bleeding Edge,
the Ninja Theory thing. Also, the George R. Martin thing.
That would have been big.
Yeah, because we saw the trailer and everybody was disappointed in the trailer. I'm looking forward to whatever the hell that game
but imagine if you didn't know about that. Like, you were just watching the trailer fresh for the first time, and then it's like Miyazaki, and they're like, and who? George R. Martin. Oh, shit. Like, you would have been fucked up.
Everybody's already dead.
Yeah, and then you saw it like, yes, George Martin, just get to the fucking trailer. We know who it is.
Just get to win the winner, bro.
Yeah, it's like, he's right. By the way, I said this during the live stream. I wanted George Martin to come on stage so people could yell at him. Like, yo, finish the book.
Finish that book.
You already killed my mother.
Yeah,
that would have made your day, Tony. That would have made your day.
That would have been hilarious. Like I
could only imagine if you was there in the audience. Finish that book.
Finish that book. I just want to know if this game's gonna have like, incest and throwing kids out of windows and shit.
Shit.
It's gonna have all. Go ahead.
I do like how they kept a lid on the Double Fine acquisition and the Keanu Reeves thing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Kudos to that, because if the Keanu thing linked, that place would have been 5 times more full.
Sure.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I'm also glad they kept the Forza Lego thing under wraps.
That was nice. It was
fun. It was fun.
I'm glad it's not a brand new game. I love the fact it's not a brand new game.
Yeah. That looked fun.
It looked fun. It was like,
that definitely.
That looks. Everything is awesome.
And it was funny because I was looking at my phone and I had my kids on the couch and my daughter was like, Lego cars. I'm like, what are you talking about, Lego cars? Because I heard all the, the background. I hear the cars rubbing and I'm looking. I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome. You see them smashing and just falling into pieces and stuff.
Yeah,
and it's awesome. It's crazy because like you could have like real cars in the Lego world and then Lego cars in the real world. It's fucking crazy, man.
It's an add-on too for the Motorsport 4.
Is it free, Adam?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think you have to pay like $15 or whatever.
Okay, that's not too bad.
But that game is on Game Pass, the Forza one. So if you just
I think the expansion you just have to pay extra.
Yeah, you have to pay extra for that, but
it's not bad.
The game you don't. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try this again. Brett, can you hear us or can you respond?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Google, you're fucking up.
Oh, but I remember that before they also had I don't know, Robert, if you remember playing it, if they had the Max Box. Remember, they had the Hot Wheels cars. And they did the Hot Wheel tracks. So they've done really some fun little goofs with their expansion. So
yeah, they did really. I mean, the Blizzard Mountain was a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. What other leaks did you wish were not leaked?
The fact that Sony wasn't going to be at E3.
Right?
Was that a leak?
That wasn't a leak. They made it official.
Yeah, they made it official,
I would say, other than the leaks that did appear, I would say for the most part, just to give some preface to this, Tony know what I'm about to say, but I was saying that I think that if E3 didn't if E3 was a person, they would need to wear the pins because they leak a lot. But I mean, if we look at the Microsoft conference as a whole, there were still a lot of unknowns. But with the leaks, it just kind of it's like if you show me a gift twice at Christmas, but I already got it. It's not the same feeling, right? So that's the way I'm looking at it. But I think it was pretty good. But the major one that I wouldn't want to leak was the I think you guys touch on it, the From Software game with Miyazaki.
Yeah, Elden Ring.
Yeah, every time I hear Miyazaki, man, I get goosebumps, man, because I know the game is just gonna be good, But let me ask y'all a question. I think we had this. I don't know whether I asked y'all this in the DM, but what do you think can be done to, I guess, somewhat stop leaks from actually happening? Because
impossible.
Can't.
Nothing.
No, you have to understand.
involved.
You have
Too
to
many
understand.
people.
The game companies have to work with retailers to set up pre-order programs. I mean, let me just bring up one example of this as to why they can't do that, and that is the Sega Saturn surprise launch back in 1995. Sega did a surprise launch for E3. They didn't notify any retailers. As a result, they pissed off everybody, and the Sega Saturn did nothing to compete with the Sony PlayStation. Since that time, these game companies have had to work very closely with retailers. They've had to work out programs months in advance, including pre-order programs, rolling out these standees, posters, all that. Now, usually these are kept under NDAs and everything like that, but of course these employees are going to leak stuff out. Stuff is accidentally going to go up on site. So unfortunately, there is no way to stop these leaks. Walmart Canada is going to slip something through. Shit's going to slip through. There is no way to stop these leaks unless, of course, you're Nintendo and you plan things out so meticulously that nothing gets through. Or you're CD Projekt Red and you have everything under close fly under John Wick. Who knows?
Yeah, it's just the reality of it. It also
It really is.
Yeah, and then the other thing is because a lot of the leaks that don't come from retailers, they come from employees within the companies who talk to game journalists, and these things kind of just happen. It can't be helped.
I was really surprised that Double Fine the announcement didn't get leaked.
That's a surprise.
That's a big development news. You would think a whole team would know about it, and then they tell their families, "Guess what? We just got bought."
They tell
what?
two friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like you would think that would have been leaked out, and nope.
I guess they got tired of scrounging for money.
Well, I find it ironic.
He said it. You heard me work on Excel files for them if Microsoft needed.
Yeah, but the irony was that Microsoft Studios is the one who screwed them in for the first Psychonauts, where they were rushing around to find a publisher. So it kind of came full circle that Microsoft ends up purchasing them and then publishing the second game.
I made the joke. I made the joke during the stream. They're like, "Yeah, they're letting us do whatever we want until it stops making money, and then they close the studio."
Yeah, that's it.
Ooh, guys, sorry.
What's up?
One quick note about Final Fantasy. There's no mention in the press release about it being episodic.
They haven't said it, but we know it is.
Well, we'll see tomorrow night.
Yeah,
tomorrow night
episodic,
they'll talk more about it. We'll see.
Yeah, that's right.
But interesting that they didn't do it in the press release.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
Anyway, back to your thing. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yes. Okay, so I think we answered that. What actually, were there any other leaks? You didn't want to. You didn't want them to.
Scarlett. I wish that would have been just fake ass rumors, and it was like, oh, they're gonna talk about it, and no, they actually did, but they didn't go in depth with the specs. Remember that spec thing that you found?
Yeah.
Somebody.
Well, the
they
SSD.
didn't go into that.
Well, we know about the SSD. We know about the 8 times processing speed.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, those things leaked when the fucking PlayStation 5 specs came out.
Yeah, that's also true.
It could have been. Yeah, it could have been their spec sheet.
You know what? Quick thing. Before we go to the next question, Chris, you specifically, what do you think about them saying like, 120 frames a second? We're going to hear that from fanboys for the next year and a half.
Start saying that shit, man.
They actually didn't say. They said for the actual press release, they said up to.
But you already know what's going to happen next.
Yeah, but they're claiming 4K 60. That's what they're claiming.
They're claiming 4K 60 up to, and it says up to 120 frames a second. I'm like, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Yeah, go ahead, Brian.
The same thing from the Sony guys. Like when that press thing came out, and it's like it said in the document 8K. It's like suddenly all these Sony guys are like, oh yeah, 8K gaming on PS4.
Yeah,
why are you saying that? Exactly. Shut the fuck up. Exactly.
Yeah, it's
supposed to be a fucking PlayStation show, man. Let's get that shit out of here.
No, I think it's a thing where some people they read, but they don't read the fine print, and they don't read for understanding. It's like, okay, they see something like 8K. Oh, it's going to play games at 8K. No, they didn't say that. It says it's capable of doing that. It's not. They're not saying that. That's what it's
capable, but it doesn't. It's capable, and it doesn't exactly mean it's going to do it very well, but it can do it.
It can do it. Yeah.
Right.
Kind of like the way the PlayStation 3. They were like, yeah, 1080 60. How many games were 1080 60?
Well, The thing.
I guess suggest that some people lack critical thinking skills.
Yes, we're not suggesting
Yeah.
that. We're flat out saying it.
Well,
you
yeah.
know?
I mean, people hear what they want to hear. I mean, you hear 120 frames a second. That's it. That's on lock. You're
See.
gonna hear that on lock.
Unlocked, yeah.
That doesn't mean all the
Right?
developers are going to make games that run at 120
Right?
frames per second.
And here's
Idiots.
the thing, like when you spec off of dev kits can pump up a dev kit as much as you want to get the specs you want, right? But when it comes to like, okay, we got to make a fab and we got to finalize the console, and you start paring down because cash, it's like people don't have $1,200 to spend on an Xbox, right?
Yeah.
So you start paring back, and then they'll start dialing it back. I wouldn't be surprised if they walk that 120 frames thing back, man. I don't see how that's.
I mean, I things are going nuts enough at 60, like 120, it'd be like my TV's going to explode.
Yeah, like they're gonna have to run that back because, like, what's gonna be? We know what's gonna be 120. The fucking indie games and shit,
Like, I'm just trying to play fucking pole position here. I don't need my.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, you gonna play pole position? All right. You going? Yeah. But
Battletoads
now,
120 frames a second, man.
Seriously, I mean, you want a freaking jet bike scene that goes like, oh my god, I think my eyeballs are bleeding at this point.
Yeah.
Right.
What I want to say, one of the things I was saying, I said, okay, I know they're going to talk about Scarlett. Please don't talk about teraflops. No, don't do that. But then, you know what? When the lady came on the screen, right, that said the thing about 60 frames per second on compromise, I said, oh my god, there she go, man. And then she said the thing about the 120 hertz. I was like, nobody didn't hear what you said before that, right? And then at the end, Kareem Chowder. I mean, he did. Kareem Chowder. He said, "This ain't." What is his name? It's with a C. I know his first name is Kareem, right? I'm sorry if I messed up.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar?
Cream of wheat.
No.
Cream of wheat.
The guy. No, it was the guy at the end. He was on stage at E3 2017 when I went. But anyways, when he came on there, he said,
Mad Booty.
he said, what he said? Yeah, he said, it eats monsters for breakfast.
Yeah.
I was like, I was like, why do you have to say that? Y'all was good with everything else.
Oh, Chowdhury. Yeah,
Chowdhury. Yeah, I'm sorry. I said Chowdhury. Hey, give me an A for effort.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't say Matt Booty, because that would have had really bad, really quick.
But now when he said that, I was like, I said, I know people throw jabs, in the companies for fun between developers, but I was like, see, sometimes you don't want to bark up a tree or cash a check. You know what can't cash.
It's a throwdown. You can curse, man.
But you don't want to cash a check, your ass can't cash.
There
So
you go.
I'm not saying that what Sony is doing is going to rival them. I personally believe that based on what Sony is saying, it's come pretty much in line with what Microsoft is doing. Which in my mind, I said, okay, they're pretty much going to be similar. So it should just come down to the talent of the studios and the developers that are working on the games and stuff themselves.
And I will say one thing: they are doing great in that department because they did add Double Fine. That was a great move.
Well, Chris, we got our answer regarding the SSD. It's that 500 gig SSD, and they said that whatever's on there is going to have no load time. So we're going to still have support for an external. Most of your games are probably going to be on there because 500 gigs is nothing these days for games. And whatever game you want to have that feature of all of the goodies, the bells and whistles that this console can do, is going to have to be swapped onto that SSD.
I'm curious if they're going to use the standard NVE bus architecture, or they're going to do something else like what Sony's doing, because Sony doesn't sound like they're using anything standard like with their load times. So and Microsoft made a big deal. They kept mentioning, load times, we got to cut load times.
They're like, it's custom though. That's the other thing. They said the whole thing is custom, so maybe there is their own little modified version of how to handle it. But still, 500 gigs, that's not enough these days.
Yeah, that's not
enough.
It wasn't enough last
it's
gen.
too expensive.
Yeah,
I mean, I have like 2 4 terabyte drives attached to my system, and it's still not enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like a 1 terabyte SSD, especially that size, it's like $400, $500 by itself.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
itself.
Well,
Go
let me
ahead.
ask y'all this: what happened to Anaconda?
The movie with John Voight?
No, she don't want. She don't want none.
J-Lo
man.
killed it. J-Lo killed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she don't want. She don't want none. That's what happened to Anaconda.
Ice Cube kind of helped her with that too. That was really
No, because I was like, okay, Project Scarlett. I was like, well, this sounds like the B system. I thought this was supposed to be Anaconda. And
No,
they
man.
didn't mention that.
Yeah,
Anaconda
you know-
didn't want none, man.
They
yeah,
want them
because
buns, son.
it got no name exactly.
Yeah.
It used Benzo setups. It didn't. You know, it's gonna go off into the song there, and it wouldn't shut up. So.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's move on, man. Mr. Matt Wheaton, our big mech enthusiast, he asks, "Do you think Nintendo will reveal more info and possible release date for Daemon X Machina?"
I hope so.
Mhm.
I thought it was supposed to be this summer. Like maybe
Late this,
July.
yeah. I'm guessing probably before Astral Chain.
Yeah,
I
I'm pretty
think-
sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think Xbox. Excuse me. I think Nintendo's gonna focus on a lot of game stuff. Like I don't expect to hear anything about hardware. Like I know there was always like Switch Pro, Switch Mini rumors. I don't feel they need to talk about that shit. Like just
They don't.
you know,
They
talk
don't need to
titles.
talk about it. To be honest, if they're gonna do the revisions they're gonna probably do is probably just like little fixes here and there, and then maybe they'll just release a shiny version with a new thing, a new colored version of it.
Yeah.
So to answer his question, yeah, I do think they're gonna talk about. I think they're put on Iron release date, and I think it's pretty soon.
Yeah, I would
Agreed.
agree with that. All right, moving on. What games are from this year's E3, could be any company, whatever, are you most hyped for?
Doom.
Doom. You already know,
somebody say
son.
Doom? Yeah.
Battletoads.
That's going
Yeah, Doom.
That's Tony's
it.
game, man.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That
man.
music.
Cyberpunk.
The only thing that would have made me happier for Battletoads if they put a date, at least put a year on there, man.
I'm guessing
yeah.
later this year. It'll
Yeah.
probably be later this year. I wouldn't be surprised.
I know.
It's Cyberpunk for me. Like it's Cyberpunk for me. Like I don't know what y'all seen the collector's edition. For y'all, FYI, Tony and Rich, they always get on me about my collector's set editions. Some of them aren't even open yet. That's how many I actually have. But that Cyberpunk 2020 collector's edition, I gotta have it. It's no questions asked.
What does it come with?
That's the one that comes
Man.
with. That's the one. The super edition comes with Paris Lily. Like it comes with him.
Oh no, dude, like, dude, this joint got a box, right? And in that box is a statue, but it's a guy. Like the bike is like tilted.
It's not
up, like,
Keanu though.
Yeah, it's not Keanu. That would have been tight if it was Keanu though. But
Yeah.
the bike, right?
Can you
It's like he's
imagine?
jumping off the bike, but the bike is like walking. It's not. He's not popping the wheelie, but it's like walking forward. But he's kind of like jumping forward with the bike with the guns out. Yo, son, don't make me get in game on this joint. Man. That joint look good. Yo.
he just did a hip hop gamer. Yo,
He said.
Yo.
He said he's
It
gonna
looks
get a
good.
camera
Yo.
right now, son. You're gonna see them tears, man.
just yo, followed by a yo.
Nah,
man.
when y'all get a chance, go look at it. I think it's a really good collector's edition. Shoot, the standard edition comes with a lot of stuff too, but that collector's edition is hot, man.
Well, this is the first time I've been excited for a collector's edition. They showed that Doom Eternal helmet.
Oh,
Oh, yo,
Oh yeah, we should talk about Bethesda for a little bit because they had their usual crap, but they also had a bunch of
yeah.
good
Well,
stuff too.
well,
Fallout
people, if you want us
76
to
Battle
talk about
Royale.
Bethesda, ask us questions. Wink, wink.
Can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
here's the thing. I'm a little worried because I know that they started with their non-apology and stuff, and I'm like, Bethesda with their collector's editions, man.
Yeah.
Ain't good. Get
But
no
it's a
canvas
wearable
back.
helmet. I get to walk. I mean, we could put Tony in it. And
Yeah,
Well,
right.
I mean, it's a wearable helmet now, and then it's a balaclava, with Doom painted on it later, and you're like, hey, where's my helmet?
But
this is
it'll
too
be an
hard to
improvement.
make.
It'll be an improvement on Paris. That's what counts.
it's gonna turn into a beanie, and they're like, "Where's my fucking helmet, man?"
Right?
Joke's on you, Chris.
Yo, it was too hard to
Sold out.
make.
Yeah.
This
Wait,
was a
No.
concept.
Brett, say that again. What happened?
Joke's on you, Chris. It's already sold out.
Oh shit!
Of course, I should have fucking fired up Amazon during the show.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
It'd
snap.
probably be made of nylon. Watch.
Yeah. Oh no!
Yes.
I'm kidding. Please.
Yeah. So yeah, let's go down the line. Robert, any other games you're excited to see besides Battletoads?
Oh, I told you, Doom Eternal. That. I mean, we saw the footage tonight. That's looking good, and I want to see what else Bethesda shows from this Death Loop. Saw the footage for that. Yeah. That is like a first-person action game where it's like a fight between two different assassins, and it's a forever fight between the two of them. But I'll tell you this: there's this game that was revealed tonight called Ghostwire Tokyo. From Tango Gameworks, and let me tell you, I am in love with Akumi Nakamura.
She's adorable, man.
She worked with Okami, with
Shinji
Shinji,
Mikami.
on Okami and Bayonetta, and oh my god, she took the stage. It's the most adorable. I want to take her to a baby metal concert and then go get some mochi with her. She's amazing. She was so great, and this game just looks like a rad as fuck action game. It really does. This looks like one of the highlights from the thing. So, I mean, they didn't have too many new games tonight, and they focused way too much on mobile stuff like Commander Keen. But, I mean, those two games look like fun, and Elder Scrolls Blades actually looks like fun on Switch. So,
I'm gonna interrupt real quick.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Final Fantasy VII Remake launches March 3rd, 2020.
Yeah, Carlos, we said that. We said that 20 minutes ago.
I said it 35 minutes ago.
And where was I?
You were here.
I don't know.
Carlos went to McDonald's. That's what happened.
You're watching street fights in Times Square.
But thank you for the update. But,
yeah, we appreciate that, Carlos.
I honestly didn't know.
And I'll tell you this: how rad is Wolfenstein Youngblood in that 80s
looks
soundtrack?
cool, man.
Oh
man.
shit!
I'm ready for that shit.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. I'm not getting on Switch though because I have my memory card.
That is as hype as I was like when I saw Blood Dragon.
Oh
yeah!
You
know what that soundtrack needs though? It needs 99 Luftballons.
No, we man, because remember in the first game, like they took like 60 songs and had like German lyrics. We need that for 80 songs, bro.
Yeah, and it needs like some dude stomping around with a mohawk,
like fucking Quiet Riot with German.
yeah.
That'd be awesome. All right, Reggie, what games are you most excited for E3 this year?
Most excited for E3, Doom. I already said Cyberpunk.
With the Paris Lily edition, right?
Yeah, the Paris Lily edition with his heart coming out of his chest edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
With the passed out Fresh Prince of Blair.
What else did I see that looked good? I thought I would have been excited for Battletoads. I don't like the look of the game.
You're one of those guys.
That's just my opinion.
Get out.
No. I guess I'm not slighting the game. I'm not saying that the game is not going to be good. Mm-hmm. I have to look at it some more to let it warm up on me.
I understand the art style throws people off. Yeah, I like the new approach they're going for.
Right. So that the Forza Lego game looks interesting. What else?
All right, you get one more.
I thought it would have been excited for Gears, but not so much. I mean, I'm still play it, but I mean, I didn't see enough. I thought it was going to show more than what it showed last year, but they didn't. That's about it for now. And of course, Final Fantasy.
Yeah, we're gonna see more of that tomorrow, obviously.
They actually released another trailer today, or is like what had some
they had a concert. They had a concert and they had a trailer too. So
the new trailer actually looks pretty sweet.
Yeah, Manny, on the last show, you said you weren't really excited about anything. Is that still your answer?
I mean, it's not anything. I mean, so far, like I'm kind of like at least for Xbox stuff or Microsoft stuff. I'm waiting for that thing to be like the moment when I kind of like, okay, that's the reason why. These are the reasons why I'm picking this up. And I still haven't officially seen that sort of at least coming from this show, but there was some good stuff there. Like right now I haven't seen anything that was just like an instant. Last year it was like, hey, I was really interested in Control, and that's coming. So yeah,
Control should be fun, man.
Control should be a lot of fun. That's gonna be a sleeper hit.
Yeah. Adam, just your top three, I guess.
Top three, Gears. I'm still gonna be excited for Gears. They have a whole team.
That's on your arm, man. You can't not love it.
Yeah, I mean they put a lot of money in. There's a full development team behind it. I mean, this is for life for them. This isn't just like a side piece. So
I'm pretty sure
with all that, I give them credit.
What happened, Carlos? Carlos, go ahead.
Nah, man, I'm still disappointed there wasn't no gameplay on that trailer, man.
No, but I'm sure the fact that they mentioned that they're doing this whole big event just dedicated to it, that's probably why. They're just like, we don't want to replay the same shit over and over. So.
They had to have something, and they gave us nothing.
That was it. He even said it. He knew it. He knew it wasn't enough. He said, well, we're going to show you something, and this is what we're showing you. I got to go. And he left. And that was it. So, besides that, the roller derby game from Ubisoft, I'm really excited for that. That should be fun. We don't have anything like that, and if it works like the way roller derby works, that should be fun with explosions and stuff. I'm thinking it's going to be like that anime movie that just came out. Well, it's not an anime movie, but it's the movie off of that manga. What was that called?
Alita Battle Angel.
Yes. I have a feeling it's going to be something crazy like that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, and actually, FIFA 20. That the fact that they added the street ball into it, it's about time. It's about time that they did it. I'm pissed. I am so pissed that the Switch version is just going to be a legacy edition. They're not adding any of this stuff, but yet they're still calling it FIFA 20. That I hate when they do that shit. So none of the goodies are coming to it. But I like the fact that they have the street ball in it, because they remember before they had the FIFA Street, they had the NFL Street, NBA Street, all the EA big games, and they just disappeared. And I kept saying, why don't they just incorporate it? We saw 2K do that with their basketball. They added the black top mode, and you can go and put different outfits and do street ball moves and stuff. There you go. It's in there. Why can't EA start doing it? So now that's what they're doing. And it's a shame they didn't do that for the Madden, because once after that, when they went into Madden, I'm like, oh, this will be great. Now we're going to have Madden Street. Nope, they didn't have that. But I'm glad it's in FIFA. So that was it. Nothing else, because everything else is too far gone. We're going to see other events before they come out.
Yeah, well, we're just asking specifically about about this E3,
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's just those three.
Yeah, all right, Brett, what about you?
I'm kind of torn, and I sound like I want to. I'm actually really excited about a lot of the stuff Bethesda's doing. Definitely fucking Doom, but I'm intrigued by both Deathloop and Ghostwire.
Yes.
What about the Battle Royale for Fallout 76? You gonna play that?
No, I'm not excited about that, but they're adding human NPCs with dialogue trees, so everybody can finally shut the fuck up about that.
You can talk to us now.
It's gonna be interesting, because I feel like they're gonna fix everything that everybody was bitching about. So like you had two groups of people: the people who liked it and the people who didn't. And so they're kind of leaning into fixing all the things that the people who didn't. They're fixing all those things. And I honestly don't think it's going to matter, because I don't think any of you guys are going to like Fallout 76 anymore, even if they fix that stuff. So
that is true.
I really don't know who they're trying to please.
Well, I mean, that's the old saying, right? You don't get a second chance to make first impressions. So I mean, fixing it now for people who invested, who had a broken experience, they're not going to go back.
Shoot, did you hear that crowd cheering them?
You say
that. We're going to talk.
What the hell, man? Even when he said we messed up, and they were like, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the crowd was ridiculous. Like they, I thought somebody was going to give birth, and like when they announced Doom, it's like, how excited can you get?
It's friends and family. Friends and family.
I honestly didn't hear people as excited with Youngblood as they were for like the Elder Scrolls mobile game, the card game. I heard this guy screaming. I'm like, oh my god!
It's the greatest game ever,
Like, this dude's been waiting his entire life for this shit. Like, I got
Wasn't there a woman? There was a woman 3 years ago that was doing the exact same thing. Where her older school
freaking out. Yeah.
What the
Yes.
hell?
You know, I also feel like, you know, because there's so many people in there that are not, you know, not industry and not all that stuff, they get caught up in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they were specifically going crazy for that fucking mobile game.
Like,
You know, it's like
Todd Howard planted
Well,
them there. I need you
I
to
think-
scream your guts out.
You know, friends and family, and trying to drown out any silence that would have just popped up. Like, we don't give a shit.
There was like
Like the
four
three
guys
people
in-
that cheered for Gears Pop.
you
There
know.
was like four guys in the front row that were just like standing.
Oh, standing
Yeah.
ovations every time Todd Howard.
Well, what's it?
talks.
They said that that was the friends and family, and interns and stuff were all allowed to sit in the front.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
But at the Xbox show, did you keep seeing the guys that kept going like that? You know, throwing the X's all out and
saw
shit.
that.
It's hilarious, man.
I'm gonna give it to you, yo.
Yeah.
Give it to you.
Yeah, Carlos, get in here, man. Top 3 games you are most hyped for this year's E3.
That already showed, or
Or whatever, already showed or are going to show.
so it is Halo Infinite, Cyberpunk, and I want to say Gears, but I was kind of disappointed.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
All right, you can stick with 2.
Yeah, I'll
That's
stick
fine.
with 2.
All right.
Halo Infinite and Cyberpunk. Those, I'm hyped. Cyberpunk is just after that last trailer. I didn't even see anything. That last trailer was friggin' amazing, and then the whole Keanu thing. I was like, excuse me?
Yeah, right.
It's funny. It's funny. Like everybody, like it'll like you know for Death Stranding, everybody's like, yeah, Norman Reedus, all right. Keanu Reeves.
He's the real deal, though. That's why he's the real
He's
deal.
a movie star.
He's not a TV actor, right?
That's right.
Listen, man. If I was at the E3 and Keanu Reeves just came out there like that, and I was like maybe 4 rows away, I would have got immortalized again, man.
Yeah.
For real. It would have been a wrap. Like, I'm done. It's a wrap, B.
Yo, by the
Chop.
way, you made hip hop look like calm in comparison in that video clip, son. That shit was
Oh.
hilarious.
Surprise, mother.
You know, yeah, go ahead, Reggie.
Yeah, I'm in the Sony. Sony got me in the new advert that's going around on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's saying he's like, yeah, the hip hop's like chilling compared to
They
him.
got
You know?
they got you doing the bow thing, right? They're like,
No,
I was screaming at God of War.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, he had like his arms in the air, like, you know, fists and shit, you know. He didn't get him bowing. That'll be for the next advert, you know, him and hip hop
Probably.
bowing. You know?
Yo man, you put on the show of the ages. They've been using you for like 3 years now.
Yeah, right. They should pay you royalties, man. Shit.
As long as you're not that guy that was crying when Undertaker lost his match at WrestleMania and they kept doing it. And you see him crying.
No, Reggie only cries for Avengers, man.
Well, that in Kingdom Hearts, I cry.
Damn. All right. Brian, do you care about any of this shit?
Not really. Again, I'm just catching up on what I missed, but so far it's mostly just the Cyberpunk and Doom, because well, Demons and Cyberpunk. So, the Star Wars thing looks good, but it's just, I don't know. It seems to be lacking something.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
what.
the same way.
I said this before in our little private chat. I was like, it looks like an old game that got like remastered. For some reason, it looks like a PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 game that got remastered or remade. For some reason.
Yeah, I could see why you would say that, yeah. Like, yeah, it's something about, I'm still excited for it, but you're right, like, graphically, yeah, you know, it's not really all there, but, you know, the gameplay looks cool.
Well, I mean, even the combat, some of the enemies, it's like one-hit kills. And I'm like,
Yeah, that was some brain-dead AI, though, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they're just standing there. It's like, yo, attack, do something.
Well, you know, that's probably also because it's the, you know,
They put it on easy mode, man.
you know, it's the easy mode for so they can show off all the cool things that you do. Remember how they were touting that guy? I was like, yeah, he's a total expert. Like, nah, you just probably put it on easy mode to just show off all the cool shit. It's okay, man. I mean, that's the way a lot of those live gameplay demos are done. Like where they're set like where you go to a certain point, then something happens. Sometimes, a lot of times, they're not even, like they just need to walk the character to a location and automatically things happen.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, it's better that than having your controller die before the presentation starts, right?
By the way, one odd thing I hate about that, I disliked about that game is, like, I hate, like, there was like a serious tone.
Oh shit, yo, Mr. Andre Tipton just showed up. What's going on, man?
It's Shaq, everybody. Shaq's here. What's up, Shaq?
What's up, guys? Hey. What's up, man?
Yeah, how you doing? I mean, we're only gonna be on for another 15 minutes, but I'm glad you're here anyway.
That's cool, man.
Glad you're here, man.
Yeah. Anyway, Reggie, go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I was just saying. I was just telling him what's up, man.
All right, yeah, there you go, man.
Yeah.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while. All right, next question from Assyrian Air Force. So, what price will the next Xbox be when Xbox One X was starting at $500 with the new specs, and will it include a disk drive? Speculation time, people.
Speculation.
I'm gonna let Chris take this one first.
Yeah, go ahead, Chris. What do you think the price is going to be on the on Project Scarlett?
Shit, it's tough, man, because they're using all this custom shit, and GDDR6 SSDs, they're expensive, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, either they're gonna eat tremendous costs to keep it at $399, right? And to get market share, because Microsoft has two problems going. They're trying to build an edge system with edge hardware, and doing all this stuff for speed means cost adds up.
Right.
And then at the same time, they want market share. So it's like, you can't put this console out for $600. This PS3 days. You can't do that shit and get away with it. So it's like, if they don't have it at $399, like if it's higher, I think that'll hurt them. And at the same time, if they do put it at $399, which I think they will, they're eating a tremendous cost on the system if they're willing to do that.
And a cost that they may not get back.
Right, exactly.
Here's my take.
They'll get it back on services, though.
Yeah, but it depends on... Okay, so...
I mean, that's what I ask my guess.
Yeah, let's say if we take in totality, right? Let's say they go with Chris price and they do go, okay, $399, right? And you got the services like the Ultimate Game Pass. Well, the games have to be there. Like that's the main thing. They have to be there. They're going to need more than Halo and more than it looks prettier on Scarlet. But you also told us, it looks prettier on the Xbox One X too. But you're going to need a little bit more than that, right? So yeah, like Chris said, I was kind of thinking the same way. I would say, I mean, that's not to discredit you. Everybody got their own opinion.
Right.
And it's a lot unknown, so we don't really know. But I would say I would expect no more than $499. I'm already expecting to pay $500. Look,
Yep.
I'll have it by this year. I mean, if it's lower, fine. But if they say 500, boom, take my money. I mean, I don't necessarily know about Scarlet just yet. But if any one of them say $499, hey, I'm in there. I'm in there like swimwear, man.
It's a tough position. It's a tough position. Like it could be 500, but they're gonna lose market share. Like that is a high price point, and I understand. Like it's like, oh well, cell phones cost not what. This is not a cell phone. It's a game console, and it's not necessary for your day-to-day activity. If you don't buy an Xbox Scarlet, like you go on with your life. Like if you don't have your phone, you're screwed in a lot of ways. So it's not that essential. So how do you put that price point on and convince people that it is essential, right? Like, well, titles help, the games help, but how much of that is going to be on day one? So they're planning to have Halo Infinite on day one. That is big, but $500, like maybe some people be like, I'm going to wait. It's a little much.
Okay, let me ask you this. I'm not trying to take over the show, Tony.
Yeah,
but
go
I like
ahead,
when
man.
Chris talk, because both tech minds kind of think alike in some ways. But I almost lost my train of thought. Okay, what would you say if Sony would it be a difference if Sony said $5.99 for their system, but Sony's going for more of a clean break, right? So you should start to see the fruits of their labor right away. So let's say they launch with Horizon Zero Dawn 2, right? And it looks outstanding, right? Got the ray tracing and everything going on. If both systems were $5.99, and anybody can answer this question, who would you give your money to? Because one thing that Chris brought up, we're dealing with, some cutting edge tech here. This ain't, a computer that you can just build. I mean, last time I checked, these GPUs with the ray tracing, it costs a lot of money. I'm not saying they're going to do what those GPUs are doing, but, when you get engineers kind of tinkering and customizing stuff, man, you never know what they can pull out. So, that's what I want to throw out there.
Excuse me.
I agree with the $4.99 price. I think that's going to be the standard price, and with all the tech that they're putting in these devices, it's going to be justified. I think people will understand it. Like, all right, I get it. This is the future. We're seeing the future here.
But you don't know. Maybe they'll cut costs and take away Rumble from the 6-axis.
That's where the cost is going.
You don't know.
Will there be a game with a giant enemy crab? That's what.
Yes.
And so at that point, I think it comes down to whatever people were really willing to play. And I wasn't a big fan of Horizon, and I am a big fan of Halo. And if Halo, when I see gameplay, if it really triggers that in me, then I could see myself just jumping in on that.
Yeah, it'll be up to Sony to hold people in their ecosystem, right? Like it was when Xbox dropped the ball at the start of this generation, people jumped to PlayStation because that's where their friends went, right?
Right.
So people start piling on, and all of a sudden there was this huge disparity between PS4 and Xbox. So if Sony drops the ball this time, if they set the price high, like let's say they said PS5 is $5.99, and then Microsoft's able to come out and say, no, Scarlett's $4.99. Well, then they got it right there.
Yeah, they got it.
And their launch titles are stronger. Okay, bam. If you say Horizon Zero Dawn 2 versus Halo Infinite, Halo's going to win.
No. Okay, let me rephrase it a little bit. Halo, if you have a PC, you'll be able to play it regardless of if you have a Scarlett or not, and if you have an Xbox One X or S, right? But Sony, like they said, they're going for a clean break. So if both systems, I'm kind of asking the same questions, but I guess the way I'm looking at it, both systems priced at $5.99, and knowing that I could play Halo anywhere at any given time, but I can't play Horizon Zero Dawn at any given time. And I'm not necessarily putting the games in between the two. I'm just speculating launch games, you know what I'm saying? Where would you most likely throw your money?
It still goes back to that console then, because even if it's on PC, you still have to have a PC that's on par with that. And that's their custom hardware right there. And the fact that I can't play it anywhere, and if they have it where it's set up that I can play it on my tablet and stuff like that, man, that'll be awesome. So you tell me at work I can just set up my tablet and take out my Xbox controller and play my Halo? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I want to do that.
And it also depends on what the other features the consoles will give. Like which one's going to give me more TV, and which one's going to give me more
TV. He even brought that up. You heard Phil even brought that.
Yeah, he was throwing Don Matrick under the bus, man.
Yeah, you don't want that. We know it.
Like we know what you guys want. Go ahead, Andre.
So can I just play devil's advocate? Okay, I didn't get to watch a whole lot of stuff today because I was entertaining.
Advocates in here.
No, I mean devil's advocate, but I just want to play. Like this is my thing, and I know I'm beating a dead horse, and the glue factory is operating fine. But if this is, it goes to my point. It doesn't. I mean, I guess I'm saying that the standard console price is anywhere from $3.99 to $4.99.
Right.
Now at $4.99, Microsoft did not move a tremendous amount of Xbox One X's.
But we know why that happened.
Mm-hmm. No, I'm just that $4.99 even today is still like people are like, no, I can. I can spend a couple $100 to get a PC that'll do the same thing. Now I know Scarlett's going to have all this custom hardware and everything, and that's fine. But this is what I keep touting, and I don't know why these companies are not listening. We want the games. If I'm going to play Halo Infinite on my Xbox One X, and I'm really not worrying about maxing out settings and having it run where my eyes are peeling, if I just want to play the game, I'm not going to buy Scarlett. I'm not. I personally am not, because I've got a console to play it on. So Sony will win once again because there's a reason to buy a PlayStation 5. Microsoft is really got, I don't know what the problem is. I understand you want to do all this play anywhere stuff. I get it. But there's not a reason to buy the console.
Okay.
There's not.
Yeah. Andre, I just want to say, bro, you're preaching to the choir right now. I agree, man.
Dude, it's just...
I'm not buying that shit.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm not
I love
in rush to buy
Microsoft
it either.
Dude, I love Microsoft. I really want them to pull some... I wanted them to pull... I didn't even see the whole conference. I was surprised. I was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Oh, yeah. And then the stuff I didn't get to see, I'll catch it later. But I was like... But I'm still going... And I'm going to be ready to watch it right now. And at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be sitting here going... But I still don't have a reason to buy an Xbox if I don't have one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we were talking about in the podcast the other day. I mean, there is not too many selling points at this point. This is a matter of them leading up hype, is what it is. Next year, they're going to have more reasons. Next year, they are going to start that build-up.
When was the last time that you saw hype about something that worked in this generation? In this generation, the Switch.
The Switch.
Spider-Man PS4.
Yes.
I mean, we watched we did the a stream for the Switch and feeling none of us were hyped for that shit.
When we saw Breath of the Wild for Switch.
Like the buzz. When you saw when the Switch was announced, you're like, oh, okay, so that's exactly... Because remember, before we watched the original trailer of what it was, we were like, we still didn't know what it did. And I saw it before a lot of people did, and I was like, I don't even get it. Because I didn't see it docked, or I saw it docked, I saw videos running, and this is what it's supposed to do. I was like, okay, that's cool, but what is it? And nobody could tell me. I'm like, why don't you I want to know what it is. And then you saw the video of what the Switch does. You're like, oh, I get it. I don't, dude, I don't understand it. I don't know what I get they want to be inclusive, but I'm sorry, that's not enough. I know they spent all this money and they did all this stuff and they got these great studios and I'm so impressed with the studios. I'm so glad that I'm going to see Double Fine with Microsoft. It's awesome. But I'm like, what do I have?
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, there's nothing right now. This is pre.
Right.
There is nothing there. There is nothing there right now.
I hope there's some kind of exclusive coming down the pipeline.
Man, we're at the end of the generation.
Dude, I just want one. Just give me one game that's so crazy.
We still got years coming, and that's on
Well,
September.
no, but
The game's
like-
everything's on PC.
That's for this one. No,
This is what I was. No,
He's
this is
talking
what I'm
about
saying.
a
This is
pure
what I'm saying.
exclusive. He's asking for a pure exclusive on an Xbox.
You know what?
I'm still
2020 Banjo-Kazooie. Boom.
No, this is what. I mean, the thing is, I don't. Okay, the new Xbox game that I want to play, I want to play it on an Xbox One console, not my tablet, not my Switch, not my PC. I want to play it on the console.
Okay.
I remember a couple of years ago, they were like, "Oh, we're going to do console exclusives," and then they dropped one, and it lasted about 2 months, and then it's also coming to PC. I'm like, really?
That's right.
And I'm like, what, dude? I mean, Microsoft. I guess they really. I mean, like I said, I understand Play Anywhere. I get it. I really do. I get it. I understand it. But I'm not a console guy. But I'm like, dude, I want to have a reason to buy an Xbox. I don't. I can sell my Xbox right now, and still be able to play all the games that I want because I have a gaming PC.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
That's terrible.
No. For you, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, I don't want that. I really don't. I'm a console purist, so I want to have a reason to have the console.
What about the Xbox 360 games?
Then just buy a console.
See, but I have my 360 still. I still play my 360.
Then if you're a console you're a bit purist, then why does it matter that it's on PC? Just buy your games on Xbox and call
No,
it
no,
a
no,
day.
no,
Like,
no. I'm talking about this is the thing. It's not for just basically for me, but I try to tell people,
you're
hey
talking
man,
about
why?
you. And
No, no,
I
no.
asked for you.
No, I
Is it
get
a good
that.
thing
I
or a
get what you're
bad thing?
saying. No,
You know?
it's not. It's a good thing for everybody, but I mean, I'm talking about people who like, okay, they don't have a gaming PC.
Okay,
Right.
now you're changing up the argument. Like I was talking
No, no,
about
no, no.
you.
I've always this
I
has been my
specifically
argument.
said, for
This has
you,
been my
is that a
argument
good
from day
thing or a
one.
bad thing?
This has been my argument from day one. The play everything is fine. Play everywhere is fine. But if you don't have a gaming PC, I have friends who want to either go, hey man, so I get a PS4 or an Xbox. I said, well, I personally, you should get. I mean, I like a lot of Xbox games, but if you want exclusives, console exclusives, get a PlayStation. But
Okay.
but
Okay.
but plus, I mean, the backwards compatibility to the Xbox 360, all that stuff is fine for the Xbox. But I mean, I'm sorry, but eventually, probably some of those Xbox 360 it's on an emulator. A lot of that stuff's probably going to come to PC sometime soon anyway.
Well,
I'm
Then it doesn't
guessing.
matter.
I'm guessing.
Okay.
I mean, like I said, I'm not. It's like I said, it's not a personal. I just really want people to be able to have to go. Man, I want to buy an Xbox One for this, but I also have a gaming PC. I mean, they're not like us. A lot of people aren't like us that have everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Reggie, go ahead, bro.
Here's
Go
the
ahead,
thing,
man.
right? And I see where you're coming from. I see where you're coming from, Andre. Now again, Chris, if I'm going the wrong direction, let me know. All right. But here's the thing, right? I think that, and I'm not talking about you per se, Andre, but
You're good.
But this is what I want. Given the conversation that we had just now, I would like people to think about this, right? What we're kind of moving toward is not having to rely on the box, right?
Yeah.
So the technology is kind of, we're not there yet as a globally yet, right? But that's the goal, to play beyond the box or not have the box at all, right?
I got you.
With that being said, you say you're a console purist, and I get that. I understand that, right? And
Right.
there are other people that are like that, but I think we have to kind of think a bit outside of that as well, because you got to remember, okay, Xbox, they have this ecosystem, and at the end of the day, they're trying to leverage their I guess I don't want to say stronghold, or they're trying to leverage their power. Yeah, the mind share in the PC space or in the gaming space by having not
That
necessarily
ecosystem everywhere. That'll be
right,
everywhere.
right. Console exclusive, but ecosystem exclusive. So I'm gonna let you talk, Chris. I was trying to get just get my thoughts together, but I think that the ecosystem exclusive would make more sense, because think about it. You can play Halo on PC, Xbox, tablet, or whatever, right? But you can't play it. You can't play it on PlayStation. So in that sense, no, it may not be on the console, but if I want to play that game on the console, I can. If I want to play it on my PC, I can. Anywhere where the Echo Box ecosystem is, I can have that experience and play that game. And I think at the end of the day, at least for me, that's how I'm thinking about it. Because if you look back at the generation that was, or the generation that's soon to go out, right? You said it yourself, Xbox One. I forgot who said it. We all know that they got off on the bad foot. And because they got off on that bad foot, a lot of things that they tried to do in the previous generation, in this generation, did not work. They wasn't selling the games like that, right? They just wasn't making a whole lot of money. Look at both Halo games that came out. The Master Chief Collection, when that came out, yes, Halo, people wanted to play it, but it came out in a messed up state. What happens when games come out in a messed up state? Just look at Anthem. I need not say anymore, right? Now, if you look at when they came out with Halo 5, we all know the history behind that. But now, if I can, okay, I need to recoup some type of cost. What if I were able to come up with a way to have more people play this game at one time, right? That's where I'm at. That's where my mind is at, right? So I think in that sense, yeah, you can still, it's still somewhat console exclusive. I know some people gonna be in the chat with like, what are you talking about? But yeah,
No, I get it.
it's still
No, 'cause
console exclusive. But yeah,
And
you know what I'm
remember,
saying?
there's all that talk of bringing Game Pass to the Switch, and they're all buddy right now. So let's say if that does come to pass, and we do have that login app that's on the Switch, there you go. Now you definitely have another reason.
Right.
No, I
Right.
mean that's the thing. I mean, I get that. I mean, it's just, I mean, that's just something I just wanted Microsoft to have an exclusive this year. Like, Sony was killing it with exclusives this year. This gen.
Right.
They killed it, and I just wanted Microsoft to get some of that because the exclusives
Did
on
you
PlayStation,
get all those exclusives for
every one of them?
You like
every
them
one
all?
of them. Every one of them. I got them all. I'm an all around gamer. It's not. I just wanted to see the Xbox One get something where like, okay, now I got to go get an Xbox One. I have a reason to go get one. Which I mean, with this ecosystem, you do have a reason to get one if you want one. But you don't have to. It's an option now. Which I'm kind of like, if you were a console manufacturer, I was kind of like, I was looking at that. I'm like, well, and like I said, I
still
agree
need
with
Xbox Live to play them.
Exactly. So it's all about the services now,
and it's still
which is
what you in the ecosystem because then you still have the friends.
That's what I'm talking about. So now it's really not about the console anymore. It's about the services, and that's something that they didn't really say they were going to push. They just went, okay, here's this, and we're like. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like I said, either I'm buying what I got it all. I'm getting it all no matter what. I don't care, whatever. But I'm like, because people come to me all the time. It's like, why do I need to get an Xbox? I'm like, I had to go now. I go, really, you don't really need to buy one.
Well, I mean, you gotta understand,
Andre,
here's the thing, Andre. Okay, not everybody is going to get into the PC experience. Okay,
right.
You do have
been for years.
I am not. I mean, I'm probably going to get a gaming PC again because it's part of what I do for a living. But to be quite honest, I am annoyed by the PC experience. Now I know there are people out there who do the whole PC Master Race thing, and and you see the little meeting with the dude with the glowing, hair and whatever, and they're staying by that shit. But me, I am a console man. I will always stand by a console because they're simpler, easy to go by. That's how I am. So, there are people that are going to be by me that will go after that box. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, they are going to bring the experience to PC, and maybe, just maybe, we will see that experience on Switch. We'll see what's announced on Tuesday. But there are people who are going to still want that Xbox experience, and they will still go after that Xbox, be it the S or be it the X. They're not going to get the disc model because why the hell would you do that? But they are going to go after either the S or the X. There is still demand for it. Is it as high as it could be? No. That's why Microsoft's doing their backup plan of practicality across a number of formats, but they are making the option available for whoever wants it.
Right.
And they still want the box. That's still an option, and I still think it's a viable option. Now, I know it's annoying for somebody who's like, well, if you have it for PC, why would you have that option? But it is existing there for a reason. There are people out there who won't rely on a PC because, a PC is easy to hack. A PC is easy to get infected. A PC, you have to update the graphics card. You have to update, memory.
Drivers.
All drivers.
Yeah, right.
Just get Call of Duty Black Ops 4 to run moderately. With a console, everything.
Right. I'm gonna step in because we're getting way off track right now.
Sorry, man, I didn't mean to,
all right.
Tony, Chris wanted to talk though. Chris wanted to talk.
No, Chris ain't got no time to talk. I'm moving this shit forward now. We're done here. We're done. I got the last question here for the night. Okay. What about? Okay. Go ahead, Brian. Brian, man.
My answer is because I want to just be the one that says this. Not 399, not 499, but 449. Just to be in the middle.
Wait, which one? 449? Why not?
479.
By the way, I think I've said this before. I think both systems are probably going to be 500. Even though I think that's a terrible fucking idea. I think, like Andre was saying, 400. That's the sweet spot. That's how you sell systems. Historically, $500 systems, no matter what, have always sold bad. No, Adam. Adam. I never disagree with you. I said I think that's a horrible idea, but I think they're both going to be 500. But I think it's a terrible idea. What happened?
I mean, Why is it a horrible idea in the day of $1,000 smartphones?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, listen, and we talked about this on the show. You cannot compare a smartphone to a console. Console only does one thing: it plays games. Console, it's like you could live. Yeah. My point is, you need a cell phone to live in the modern world. You do not need a system. That's the point.
You kind of do.
No, you don't. You don't need a fucking video game system.
I thought we were moving on.
If you get
talk.
Yeah, Chris is right about that.
Women's World Cup.
All right, we're doing good.
Like, calm Andre down just to get Tony riled up. Is that what happened?
Yo, Chris, you're right. If I cut you off, you
let
cut
Chris
me
talk.
off.
Let Chris talk.
No, we're done. We're fucking done. We're done. All right. So the question is, from For Me to Enjoy. He wants to know about the software that Bethesda is going to be having. For Orion. He wants to know what our thoughts on that, and I'm also going to use that as our little piggyback to talk about the Bethesda conference. So, Chris, what do you first? What do you think about their whole Orion thing they got going?
I don't know. Orion sounds like some sort of sorcery because they were claiming that you are able to stream, have maximum performance streaming with low bandwidth, and then even if you are far away from a data center, which I'm assuming what he means is you have a ton of hops between you and the data center, wherever your ISP is, which I don't understand when they make these claims how that's supposed to work. And I know the girl walked out on stage. I don't know where she's streaming that from. She's probably streaming that from a box in the back. Like, it looks good on there, but I don't see how that stuff works. Like, he didn't mention compression. He didn't mention anything. He just says, oh, there's like no latency and whatever. I don't understand how you're supposed to do that when you have a bad connection, or you have a horrible ping, or too many hops to the data center. I don't see how that stuff works. So unless there's some kind of crazy buffering and crazy compression going on and like predictive stuff happening, I don't see how it works. I have to see it in action. When he was talking about that, first of all, I was like, just fucking talk about Doom. I don't want to hear about Orion. And then secondly, I was like, this sounds like some magic sorcery bullshit. I'm calling shenanigans until I see this thing in action.
Damn. All right, what about the rest of you guys?
Another cloud gaming platform. I mean, we were going to go right back to the Stadia conversation thing again. And to be quite honest, I need to see more of it in action. I mean, it's just going to go back to discussion like what happens when the whole thing goes down.
So you're with me, calling shenanigans.
Shenanigans. I mean, I need something like at the end of the day, I think I'm happier just putting software in a machine, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just too old. I'm just too old.
We're all older.
I'm just too old. It sounds like it's most of the stuff that I've seen today.
Andre's like, yo, just give me a cartridge and I'll be all right.
It sounds good. It looks good on paper. If you close your eyes and think about it, it looks awesome. But in reality, what is it going to do in a small town?
Right.
Come on, man. I mean, it'll work in LA. It'll work in New York. It'll work in San Francisco. It'll work in Houston, Austin. But come on now, where else is it going to work?
What's it going to do in Montana?
Right. Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, what are people in Iowa going to do? Like, it's stuttering. Well, come on, man.
I'm in Iowa. I don't have that issue.
I'm in the town of Gunnison.
I'm in Missouri, man. So it probably won't work here either. So I don't know, man.
A lot of folks from flyover states in this podcast.
It's pretty, but that's it. I mean, you can give rap a piece of shit, and it's still a piece of shit. It's just pretty. So. Sorry.
Tell me how you really feel, bro.
I mean, I know. It's like I said. I was like, "Wow, that's cool," but okay. Next,
I didn't see the point about. Okay, you make games. Why are you talking about fucking hardware all of a sudden? Like, I don't know. It just seems stupid to me.
Yeah, we really need to see like a virtual reality headset wrapped in like cellophane. I mean, like, really?
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do all these things to make your games better. It's like, yeah, what if my internet sucks? Then it won't fucking matter.
It won't matter.
I would say this. I haven't watched the Bethesda conference yet. When I got back home, I saw the thing with Doom, which was actually, I thought it was pretty good. But I can't really speak on Orion. But based on what you guys said, especially what Chris said, like some sorcerer stuff. Yeah, because there's like, okay, you're speaking to people that probably, I'm not gonna say that they don't know anything about networking or tech, but yeah, like no, that's gonna be gutter trash. Like no, pick a cloud provider, either Microsoft or Amazon. I'm not gonna say Google, at least yet, anyways. But you need to talk to one of them and then go from there.
How many people here are running Windows 10?
Me.
Me.
All right. So do you remember that there's an option that you can go into settings and turn off where if, let's say you have an update, it'll grab an update. If someone's trying to get the update, it'll grab an update off of your machine. By default, that option's on. And maybe that's how they're thinking, that it's like as people start getting it, then they become
that's peer-to-peer
another
stuff.
host. Exactly. But they won't know. They won't know what's happening. As long as it's on and it's giving them that right, you have to manually go in and turn that shit off. You're giving someone access to go into your software to get it, and maybe that's what they're thinking.
Bethesda need to stop going with the cheap option. Put out the money, get a brand new engine for their games, or for default like their own major games, and invest some money in some real tech, because we tired of the cheap stuff. Don't do that. There are no shortcuts in IT. Period.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that. I mean, and Microsoft can do that because they're offering the OS. So at the sub level, they can turn that stuff on. But Bethesda can't give you Orion, and then it's like, oh, by the way, we're using your console as a peer connection.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's what the xCloud does. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull that off in their Xbox.
I think they kind of said it without saying it. You know?
It's gonna happen.
xCloud. I don't know whether y'all seen the video that I think they posted like 2 weeks ago, but whatever is in Scarlett or in the Xbox One X, the blades are made with the same the same. I don't want to say the same components, but I mean obviously the motherboard is in there, but in everything else that's running it. So I mean that's pretty much how they're doing it. And I would assume that when and if Sony or Nintendo decides to join up with them, then they may run those out of the same data centers as well. But right now, I know as far as Sony, they have a what is called a memorandum of understanding, which is just a handshake. So it's nothing's binding. And I would assume the same thing with Nintendo. So.
Yeah, and then the second part of this question: what did you guys think of the Bethesda conference? Doom Eternal. That's all I'm going to say. Doom Eternal. That's all I care about.
I mean, I didn't see anything that interested me in there. I mean, I'm okay with Doom, but I'm not like a huge fan of it.
The one with the spy versus spy is kind of cool, but it's being done by the Dishonored crew, so I have a feeling it's going to be more like Dishonored.
Yeah,
they just dropped the name, and it's just going to be like that.
Was that one that was called something Ghost or whatever?
Ghostwire. No, Ghostwire.
Yeah,
Ghostwire. I was really interested in that.
Yeah, I mean, the Ghostwire and the Deathloop reveals were great. Doom Eternal looks badass. Wolfenstein looks like a lot of fun. Could have done without the mobile stuff. Elder Scrolls Blades coming to Switch is pretty cool, and
that's cool. I think it was solid altogether.
I don't know about Fallout Battle Royale, but I know some people will eat that up with a spoon. Overall, decent. Nothing amazing, but some good stuff. So, but tomorrow will be better when we see it better.
Like I said, I saw Doom. That's all I care about.
Yeah, Doom and Youngblood.
Doom looks ridiculous.
Yeah, Youngblood. That's right. Yeah, and we're not talking about Rob Liefeld's Youngblood either. We're talking about the video game.
Rob Lowe. Oh my god, dude! Why would you bring the '80s? Oh yeah, because the Wolfenstein Youngblood. That's right.
Yeah, no. Yeah, well, Youngblood, the comic book by Mr. Rob Liefeld.
I thought you were talking about Rob Lowe's like '80s movie.
No, not Rob Lowe.
The Western. The Western.
No, the hockey movie.
Oh.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the comic book.
Comic books.
Yeah. Any other last thoughts on Bethesda or anything like that?
I wish I'd saw Wet HD, but
yeah.
I think you might as well hang your hat up on that one.
It's not happening.
That ain't happening.
Unless they sell it to THQ Nordic, then there you go.
I'll wait I'll wait to see that 52 player battle royale in Fallout 76 because I'm wondering if there's even 52 people playing that game still.
Yo, Chris coming with the heavy hitters tonight, boy.
No, you didn't just take a shot. You shot an RPG at that. Damn.
Todd Howard's gonna send the guy who was screaming in the front row to your front yard.
I know.
That was
Wouldn't that be like that'd be kind of crazy, like a horror movie? Just the guys like just screaming.
No, Chris didn't take an RPG. He took a BFG to that shit, man.
no, just
You know the
instead of waiting for the plane to fly before you shot it down, you just blew the hangar up. Jesus.
did anybody talk about that Blair Witch Project game?
Oh, from Microsoft?
Yeah, that's a nice surprise. I didn't.
I was like,
coming.
okay, I'm like, I saw the girl like freaking out in the corner. I'm like, wait, what the fuck is this? Is it Blair Witch Project? And then lo and behold,
There we go.
Yeah.
Everybody thought it was Condemned or something.
Yeah, I guess Condemned and Outlast.
Yeah.
You know what I think is going on, and we saw this with the World War Z. I think a lot of developers have great ideas of how to make a game, and they need some way to push it. And a lot of these movie industries are thinking, well, hey, we got these movies, and we'd like to do something with it. Hey, you want to attach the name to it? You want to help, and we'll help promote it. You know, it's like, all right, and it sort of links. So, yeah, it's Blair Witch, but the game looked pretty good. You know,
It's layered developers, so who knows? It could be really good.
Yeah,
we'll see about that. All right, so let me bring up the schedule here for the fans here. You guys in the chat can't see it, obviously, but the fans can. So here's our E3 schedule. So we already did the Xbox briefing and Throwdown Your Questions. So next up on the itinerary is the Ubisoft E3 2019 Showcase live reactions. That's going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific. So that's going to be 4 for us over here on the East Coast. And the same day, later on, we're going to have Square Enix press conference at... Oh, shit. Okay, 6 p.m., so that's 9 o'clock over here. We're going to have both of them for you, though, man. It's going to be crazy.
I'll probably, I'll probably be around for the first one, maybe be heading out around 5, and probably be around for the maybe the one later. Who knows?
Yeah, because you're going to be time traveling, so you could do it.
If you want me to stop around for either of them, I'm
Oh, yeah, Robert, please,
nice.
please. Yeah, you, Andre.
Yeah, I'll be around.
Yeah.
I'm taking off work these next few days, so I'll be around. So.
Oh shit!
Andre will be mad. Why is there not a Splinter Cell? I'm mad.
Yeah.
Don't get me started.
Yeah, and then Tuesday.
If they don't show Beyond Good and Evil 2, I'm gonna be pissed off.
Man. Anyway, Tuesday we got Nintendo Direct. Obviously, we're gonna give our impressions. That's 12 o'clock Eastern, so gonna be up a little earlier that day. And then Thursday we're gonna wrap it all up with with Throwdown episode 238, the post E3 special, man. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, if you guys are down, we'll have you back, and yeah, that'll be cool. Anyway, again, Robert, thank you for being on, man. Plug your stuff, please.
Oh, yeah, you can find me at twitter.com/thedcd. I'm going to have some good writing stuff coming up this week that I will hype later on. You can also check out my podcast alongside my buddy David Gilson and over at retrozap.com. It is the ARG Podcast. It's at twitter.com/ARG Podcast. We'll have a post E3 show of our own coming up very soon, so be sure to check that out.
Nice. And my man, Andre, Mr. Otaku Man. Thank you for being on,
Man, I'm glad I could step in the last couple of minutes
and get into a fight, which is always good.
No, man. It's all good, man. You guys gave me something to think about. I mean, I was thinking about it all along, but I was just like, man, what's up? But no, man, Otaku Man 5000 anywhere, at New Otaku Man 5000 on Twitter. RealOtakuGamer.com is the site. We are doing a whole lot of E3 stuff. We're doing, I think, 4 podcasts this week.
Damn.
Starting tomorrow. So, yeah, I'm going to be busy with all you. I'll be busy talking. I'm going to be parched by the time Thursday comes around. But, yeah, we'll do a wrap-up show probably at the end of the week. So, and a bunch of articles. We do my inbox. I've got like 2,000 emails in the last like 3 days.
Yeah, my inbox is ridiculous right now.
Dude, I'm done. I'm like, I'm gonna leave it there for a couple of days and come back and check. But yeah, man, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on, man. I love you guys.
All right, and Reggie, man, thank you for being on. I apologize for forgetting to get you on the show earlier, but yeah.
No problem, man. No problem. It was an honor. It was an honor.
Yeah, and then where people find you? Where can they find you on Twitter and everything?
You can find me on Twitter. Just type in Killer Instinct, or you could type in Reggie B. Yeah, and you can find me if you follow Tony. You most likely gonna find me. So That's all I'll say about that.
Awesome. And then last thing, Manny, you're gonna be out there at E3 soon. So what you planning to do anything special out there?
I mean, as far as I know, mostly have a couple of business things, and I'm gonna just keep looking around and see what I can get for you guys. The fans of the show, and try to take a bunch of pictures and post them onto our Throwdown Twitter, and yeah. I'm gonna be waiting on lines. I don't got a special pass, so
yeah.
Gonna sneak in with catering.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, we're not going to say that. Manny does have a really cool reason for being at 3. We'll talk about that when the time comes. It should be a lot of fun. We've been giving you guys hints for months now. So if you've been savvy, you may have picked up on it. But from what we saw, nobody knows what's going on. I love it. All right, man. Yeah. Okay, man. So that's going to do it for us. So thank you for watching and listening. Leave us your questions to Throwdown Discord server, and we'll answer them on next week's show. And that's right. We're going to be back on Sunday, people. Nothing's changed this time around. All right.
Yeah.
Subscribe to Throwdown on SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. Follow us on Twitch, Twitter, and Facebook at Throwdown Show. Links are located in the description below. Once again, our show is Tony Polanco. Tonight joined by Emilio Lopez.
See you later, guys.
Peace.
Chris Seeley. We ain't done yet, Reggie. I ain't get to you, man. Fuck that. Don't fuck up the flow, motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
You ain't done yet. Chris Seeley.
Hey, take care, everyone.
Carlos Romero, live from New York.
Yo, have a good night, people.
Yeah, man. Hope you get to watch more people getting fucked up in Times Square, man.
That's all I can hope for now.
Oh, man. Brian Manjoma.
I am pleased to announce that the Throwdown will be coming. We'll have a battle royale mode come next year. That's right. We're going to fight until one of us is alive.
Listen, we didn't want to say nothing, but it's true. It's coming, people. Brett Murdoch.
Good real, everybody.
Adam Vale.
Have a good week, people.
Andre Tipton.
Peace, love, and chicken grease.
I love it. Robert Workman.
I'm breathtaking.
All right,
I am.
That's why he is the DCD. That
Exactly.
dude, man.
All right, and now you could do it. Weapon X, Reggie Butler.
Have a blessed and awesome week, guys.
All right, guys. We'll see you, man, later.
Take it easy.
Peace.
This is